Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Today, we will look at a game played by the new world champion Liren. A very instructive game, very nice attacking game against a very strong opponent, rated almost 2700 2700 FIDE, which is quite impressive. Alexander Areschenko. The game begins d4 knight f6, c4 g6. So this could become the king's Indian, this could become the Gruenfeld, and then plays a somewhat unusual move pawn f3. The point, of course, is he can play e4, and this is not the usual Gruenfeld, so black can still play d5, for example, if he likes the Gruenfeld. He can play bishop g7 if he likes the king's Indian. But let's say in the Gruenfeld world, now white can take, and if black takes back, there is no knight to take, which means white can play e4, gain a nice space advantage, and black in the Gruenfeld likes to trade this knight and then target white's center. For example, the mainline Gruenfeld goes knight c3, d5, takes, e4, notice this knight can trade. And then right after this, black can start to put pressure on the center with moves like bishop g7, followed by c5, knight c6, queen a5, if there is a knight here, bishop g4, so on and so forth. So the point of f3 now, if black tries playing the same way, it does not work as well. The knight needs to move, and then white has time to improve, and this is not something black wants. Let's go back. Black can also play the king's Indian, but black here played knight c6, which is not a terrible move, as you can see. Starfish does not hate this. This has been played on the highest level more than 300 times, even by players like Magnus. d5, which makes perfect sense, exploit the position of the knight. The knight goes to the middle of the board, which makes sense. Then gets a very nice space advantage. Black takes his share of the center, makes sense, also opens the door for the bishop. Knight c3, then develops. Bishop g7, the bishop needs to fianchetto so that black can castle, and he then plays a move f4, and attacking the knight, and the knight needs to decide. Do you go home, which is what black did, or do you go to g4? g4 looks active, but the problem is white gains a lot of space. White can attack the knight drops, now we play g4, we're threatening g5, which means one of the knights needs to move. This knight can go home, that's not fun. This knight can leave, but now white gains a lot of space, and black is not completely losing, but we have a big space advantage. It's easy for us to develop our pieces. It's fun to play. So in the game, the knight went to d7. Okay. Then develops here, which seems somewhat mysterious, but the point is the knight will reposition here to support the center, because this knight is coming here, and this will be double attacked. Black castled. Then continues with the bishop e2 to get ready to castle. Black improves the knight, opens the bishop. Maybe he can even take and ruin our pawns, which is why knight f2, and this is solidly defended. Black needs counterplay because we have more space, so black is getting ready to play a move like e6, or maybe even e5. Then castles, which makes perfect sense, and black goes for e5. And now Din plays a very interesting move, which is the best move, which is a pawn sacrifice. He plays f5. As you can see, this is double attacked, but it's only single defended. And he's given up an important central pawn. So let's understand why. Takes. What does Din get? Well, he gets an open line for the rook. He gets a lot of pieces which can potentially go and attack the king. And black is still a little bit behind in development. This rook is not playing, this knight is playing, but he can't really help the king. So what does Ding do? Ding tries to trade off some of the pieces that defend the king, because he wants black to ultimately be left with these pieces. Black takes, Ding takes, black takes, Ding takes. Again, black doesn't mind trading really. If he trades everything, he's up a pawn. But he needs to be careful not to get mated. So now our queen is sitting opposite of the king, with threatening moves like bishop h6. So black offers a queen trade. Obviously we do not accept because we're just down a pawn. So Ding improves his rook. This is still a threat, but also there is another threat. We want to be able to bring the knight here, so black... so our plan is to kick the knight, because black knight covers this, and then play knight here. And black can try to stop before by playing something like a5, but then there is a different problem. There is a move like bishop e3, threatening to take, and bringing the knight, and bringing the rook, and white is having a very, very strong attack. In the game, black came up with a very creative way to defend. He puts his own pawn here, so now we cannot put a knight here. Okay, Ding plays bishop h6, threatening this. Black simply defends. Notice we cannot take this pawn. It looks like we can because of the spin, but notice we also pinned. So if we take... the arrows do not disappear. If we take the rook, if we take the pawn with the rook, we're going to lose our queen. Okay, so Ding continues with his plan. He wants to kick the knight and attack. Black does that, but black attacks this. Ding decides to trade bishops. Takes, takes. And now he doesn't play the best move. The best move is not obvious. The best move is to take here. The logic is after black takes, we fork. King moves, we take here. The line doesn't end here. It looks like it does because we up a pawn. But black gets his pawn back. We check. Black does not want to go here because the other will come. So the best move is king h8. And this position is slightly better for white. Our pieces are more active. This knight can go here. This rook can cause trouble over here. But Ding does not go for that. Plays queen f4, which is okay. He double attacks this pawn. He's still double attacking this. Black rook is still not playing. Black knight is too far from the action. For the time being, black does grab this pawn. Ding takes here, attacking f6. The king preemptively runs away, which makes sense. And Ding can take right away, but he says, I'm triple attacking. I do not need to take yet. Let's improve all my pieces. Very instructive move. Now we are quadruple attacking. Okay, knight d3. Black knight desperately tries to come back. He attacks the queen. Maybe he will reposition to a nice central square over here. Ding saves his queen. This is still quadruple attack. He needs to cover the knight. And black plays rook e5, which seems to make sense. He offers a trade because, again, he's up a pawn and he's being attacked. So when you're up, you want to trade. And when you're being attacked, you want to trade off the attacking pieces. If black trades rooks and queens, he does not get mated. The downside is Ding finds a very nice move. He's attacking the knight. He's still attacking this pawn, still 4 times. Black decides to play pawn f5, attacking this knight again. Ding jumps into f6. This knight needs to save itself. So he goes to c5, but now again, we attack him with all our pieces. Black rook does not play chess. So Ding finds rook h3. The threat is simple. We want to take. After queen takes, rook takes is checkmate. So, to demonstrate, check, checkmate. So black plays rook e7. He double defends. But in this position, Dean finds a very, very nice winning tactic, which essentially ends the game. I'm going to pause and see if you can find it. And the move is it's a very nice move. We take anyway, but we take with the knight. And the logic is if black takes, this is pinned, which means that we can just simply take the rook. And he cannot take us back because of this pin. Okay, what else can black play? Well, we're threatening to simply move the knight. We're simply threatening to move the knight with a discovery. So if black plays a random move a6, this is game over. So the best move is rook e4, attacking our queen. But we still play knight f6. And the logic is he takes our queen, but now the king cannot run away. If he blocks here, this is checkmate. So he blocks here, but here we're just up a full rook. We're going to give a little bit of material back because black attacks the rook. After the rook moves, the knight falls, but we drop back. We win this pawn. We up a rook for a knight. We up a pawn. It's game over. So after knight h7, black resigned. Very nice game by Dink. It shows the importance of having active pieces. And again, when you're attacking, remember these rules. Try to trade off your opponent's defending pieces. So he traded knights and bishops. Now we're attacking with the queen and the rook. We're getting ready to bring the knight and the bishop. And the second rook. And watch how he does it. The rook comes in. The bishop comes in. We kick the knight to a worse spot. We trade bishops. Again, we don't trade queens because our attack ends. Queen f4. The knight comes in. And again, there is no rush to take. Let's bring the last piece. Rook f1. Quadruple attacking. Saving the queen, still quadruple attacking. Still attacking the knight, still attacking the pawn. Still attacking the knight. And the attack continues. And finally, because black rook and black knight are not participating in the defense, didn't break through, it's game over. I hope you enjoyed this game. Please like, please subscribe. I'll be back soon. Thank you.